Hey, how's it going? So this guy, I was watching Cowsep, like playing Master Yi. I'm telling you, what streamers are saying, you have to understand. You have to kind of excuse streamers because most of them are high school kids dropouts that have no education. The critical and analytical ability is so low. I mean, you're literally talking to a person who is a high school student in terms of their kind of cognitive and brain ability. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're not going to be very smart. All right. So listen to what he said. So this guy asks, do you consider plat elo as low elo? Right. So we have to factor in that platinum is top 5% of population. Getting plat in League of Legends is, well, given that it's a rigged system, it's very, very difficult. Right. Like I'm telling you, like, don't even do it. Right. But okay, listen to what he says. Right. He says, like, his theory on whether something is low elo or not is if you take a challenger player and you put them into that elo, can they win 100% of the games? And he said in platinum, you can win 100% of the games. Okay, here is the irony of what he said. If you look at his account, right, he plays in EU West. Okay, give me Master Yi. That's his account. I'm gonna link it in the description below, right? And he's playing low diamond, upper platinum level, and he has only 50% win rate. Okay? So think about it this way, right? The dude says, oh, everybody in that elo, that's what he's implying, is shit, they are garbage, they don't know how to play, and yet he can only win 50% of the games in that elo. Do you see how streamers are absolutely full of shit, right? Also, there was a guy, what's his name, Rangers X. I'm gonna link you this video, by the way, so you can see what he said. It's at 5 minutes into the video, right? There was a dude, basically Rangers X, and he was like boosting about how great he is, right? He was like, yeah, I'm the best player, like, I'm super good, blah blah blah. And yet, when he's leveling up accounts, he's dual queuing, right? When he's playing ranked, he's dual queuing with his challenger friends, right, who are top tier challenger player in promotional matches and in silver elos. What a wussy, right? It's like, what a coward. Do you know what I mean? Right? Then furthermore, he was gaming the system. I have a video on this where he was ranking account from level 1 to level 30, 5 men queuing with his challenger friends, some of whom are challenger. So he was abusing the bug where if you play normals with high MMR players, you can, once you start playing ranked, your MMR is gonna skyrocket, right? What a coward. Do you understand what I'm saying? Furthermore, my final point, when I go to stream, for example, Rangers X, right? Let me show you. Right? Like, I am banned from his stream. Look. Oh, you can't. I think I can see it, right? Yeah, you see, I'm banned, right? So because I go to those shit talkers all the time because I have a very high one-on-one win rate, right? And I say, okay, you think you're a good player? Let's one-on-one. None of them want to play against me. None of them. All right, all the time. There was a guy. He was like, yeah, I'm so good. Blah blah blah. Who was it? Some kind of sniper. He's like NA rank 1 river player. And he's like, yeah, I'm so good. My team is trash. I was like, dude, one-on-one me, right? Because I'm very, very interested to see if these guys can actually beat me on one-on-one, because I'm very hard to beat one-on-one. I'm so good. I was always throughout my life, I was always good one-on-one player. Like, I played basketball and I was way, way better one-on-one than I was still like a top 6 player in Estonia for my age group. But I mean, in one-on-one, I could beat like pro players. It's just something about me that I get one-on-one. So, but like either way, right? If he says he's so good and he plays Riven, knock himself out. Let's one-on-one. None of them want to play against me ever. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, like you sitting there listening to those YouTubers, streamers, you have to understand they are high school children. They have no brains. In fact, you are smarter than them because you are probably in high school learning stuff, and he's sitting here playing a rigged, brain dead game. You have to understand there's not a lot of skill in this game, all right? Like shooting games, like think about shooting games, right? All you're doing, like if you download the game Aim Lab, it's called Aim Lab, right? It will train your aiming skills, right? And all you're doing is learning how to very quickly position your mouse to shoot a balloon. And then in game, the balloon becomes somebody's head. Do you know what I mean? So that's all they do for like 20, 15 years. So you wonder why, when they say stuff, it's such garbage. It makes no sense. Dude, you have to understand, you're talking to a person who is in his brain cognitive ability of like 9 to 12-year-old child, and yet he's 30. Does that make sense? Because he spent 15 years shooting balloons or playing through this rigged casino game, right? And you're wondering like, what? Why is it that what they say makes no sense, right? Like for example, I was watching a coaching session of this guy, and I'm not gonna say who that was, but he encouraged a bronze player to play with no defensive stats. You have to understand, a bronze player will not have the reflexes of the guy who plays every single day for 6 hours for the past 12 years. Okay, he simply will not have the reflexes, right? And he's like, yeah, we're gonna work on your mechanics, dude. He's gonna have to sit here for 6 years work on his mechanics, right? That's why I personally asked him, wouldn't this build on this specific champion be better, right? Because it has defensive stats in it. Like I personally use this build to like climb from like silver to plat, and it works really well because you don't rely too much on your reflexes, right? Because with specific champions, if you miss your abilities, you just pretty much lose the game, right? So I said, wouldn't it be better if you include a bit of defensive stats into the build so that the player can adjust according to his skill? And he said, no, I tried every single build, and this is the best. Best for you, right? Best for you because you have the reflexes. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like these guys, like YouTubers, streamers, I'm talking about full timers, right? You have to be very careful with them. They are not very intelligent, all right? So just be aware of that, right? And do not listen to what they're saying. If you're platinum, even if you're gold in league, that is a very very high accomplishment, right? Because like gold players are like top 20. You're better than 80% of population. Now, I would tell you if you're platinum, I have to say, dude, you need to stop playing because you're wasting your time. Do you know what I mean? Because most everybody wants to be like diamond or like master player, dude. I have some bad news for you, right? The system is rigged. Number one, right? And number two, by skill, you could already be a masters player, but just the system is gonna drag you down, right? I already made gazillion videos on this, right? So I'm saying, like in this game, it's very hard to measure your skill. It's close to impossible, right? Because when you like, I would encourage you to play one-on-one. I would strongly encourage you. Just play maybe like 100 games, right? You will see that some people in gold are much better players than people in diamond, and you'll be like, what? Why is that, right? And I have a lot of videos that explain this. All right, my rant is over. I feel much better. And I hope you feel better. So don't listen to this bullshit. Okay? Don't listen to this bullshit. A lot of the times, what they say contradicts their own behavior. A lot of the times. Okay? Take care.